My dad woke me up at 5 a.m. most mornings to walk in the mountains around Tehran with him. He knew every animal, bird, plant, and would tell me the names and facts about them. I loved every minute. So as I sat in the front seat of a bus, watching the mountain draw closer, I could believe the childhood dream of living in a national park was actually happening. After working for 5 years in Iran as a pharmacist during COVID, I needed a change and moved to Toronto to try something new. I lived with family and took classes until I received my permanent resident card. And a few weeks later, I found Friends of Jasper on Instagram. They were hiring, and I applied. I had some training in environmental education and had created a wildflower project called Flowers of Iran. The manager of Friends of Jasper, Heather, could feel my passion for connecting people with nature, and I got the job. Leaving the bus after the 5 hour ride to Jasper, the driver commented that I had a huge smile on my face the entire time. I experienced so many new things that summer. Daylight at 10 p.m., lots of hiking, swimming in every lake I could find, new animals. It was amazing. But I was also homesick. I had never lived in a community without any Iranians, and it was hard that I was so far away from everyone I knew. But as an extrovert, I constantly made new friends. I was so surprised how many people were interested in adventure. Even if they couldn't come with me, they would have provided a sleeping bag or a car ride or even time off so I could enjoy the beautiful nature all around me. My job with Friends of Jasper was even better than I thought it would be. As the educational ambassador, I did social media posts, worked with kids, ran historical tour, wildflowers and interpretive hikes. That entire summer, I never thought once about being a pharmacist. But Jasper was expensive and I was struggling financially. At a group mountain bike ride towards the end of that first summer, I met Jamie. When I discovered that he was a pharmacist, everything changed. Most national parks don't have towns inside them, and I think that is why I've never considered being a pharmacist. A few weeks later, I was talking with friends about meeting Jamie. I remember one of them saying, "Wow, Mahbod, we want you to stay in Jasper and we want you here as a pharmacist." It was the first time that I realized that maybe it was possible for me to pursue my career and my passion at the same time. The next 8 months were challenging as I had to return to Tehran and fight the government to get my pharmacy credentials certificate. But I had tasted a life that was worth fighting for, and when I returned, I was hired to work in the Metro Pharmacy while I worked on my Canadian license. After spending 2 years in Jasper, I have a new understanding of why my father took me to all those walks as a child. Connecting to nature can be healing and it makes your heart kinder. And I hope to be part of the community long term to help people heal, whether it is through a wildflower walk or counseling about their medications.